Is the 2025 Volkswagen Tayron just another boring family hauler, or the most impressive new SUV you haven't heard enough about? After testing it extensively, I can tell you this might just be the ultimate family SUV hiding in plain sight. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into Volkswagen's newest 7-seater that's about to shake up the family SUV market. The Tayron replaces the awkwardly named Tiguan Allspace, and not a moment too soon. But this isn't just a rebadging exercise or minor update. This is Volkswagen throwing down the gauntlet to rivals like the Hyundai Santa Fe, Skoda Kodiaq, and Peugeot 5008. And after spending time with it, I'm convinced they've created something truly special. What makes the Tayron stand out? For starters, Volkswagen has created what might be the quietest cabin in its class. Seriously, at highway speeds, it's whisper quiet inside. Combine that with exceptional ride quality, a massive cargo area, and an impressive tech package, and you've got an SUV that punches well above its $40,000 starting price. But first, let's talk about what the Tayron actually is. Think of it as the bigger, more practical brother to the regular Tiguan. It's designed specifically for families who need that extra space and occasional third-row seating, without stepping up to a full-size SUV like the Touareg. The Tayron is built on Volkswagen's MQB Evo platform, the same architecture underpinning the Tiguan and Passat. But here's where things get interesting. It features a 112mm longer wheelbase than the standard Tiguan, which translates to significantly more interior space, especially for second-row passengers. Let's start with the exterior, because Volkswagen has done something interesting here. The Tayron manages to look substantial without appearing bloated. It carries Volkswagen's current design language with clean, crisp lines and minimal fuss. You'll notice the full-width light bars front and rear, a styling cue now common across Volkswagen's lineup. Fun fact: this is actually the first internal combustion Volkswagen in Europe to feature illuminated badges at both ends. The front end is dominated by a wide grille flanked by sleek LED headlights, while the side profile reveals a slightly boxier silhouette than the standard Tiguan, a deliberate choice to maximize interior space. Around back, the taillights are connected by that light bar I mentioned, giving the Tayron a premium look that's become a Volkswagen signature. It's not a design that will turn heads on the street, and that's by design. Volkswagen knows its customer base tends to prefer understated elegance over flashy styling. The Tayron doesn't shout for attention. It quietly exudes confidence. If you want something more visually striking, the R-Line trim adds sportier bumpers, side skirts, and up to 20-inch wheels that give it a more aggressive stance. Speaking of powertrains, the Tayron offers one of the most comprehensive lineups in its segment, with 6 different options to choose from. The range starts with a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder mild hybrid producing 148 horsepower. It's adequate for everyday driving, but can feel a bit strained when fully loaded or climbing steep hills. For those who regularly carry a full complement of passengers, the 2-liter diesel with 148 horsepower provides more useful low-end torque, making it feel more effortless in real-world conditions. There's also a more powerful diesel option with 190 horsepower for those who need additional capability or plan to tow. The gasoline range is topped by two 2-liter turbo engines producing 201 and 261 horsepower respectively. These are the only Tayron engines that come with 4-wheel drive as standard, making them the go-to choice for those who need all-weather capability. The most powerful version accelerates from 0 to 62 miles per hour in a surprisingly quick 6.1 seconds. Not bad for a family hauler. But the stars of the show are arguably the 2 plug-in hybrid options. Both combine a 1.5-liter gasoline engine with an electric motor and a substantial 19.7 kilowatt-hour battery, yielding an impressive 76 miles of electric-only range on the official cycle. Even in real-world conditions, you're looking at around 60 miles, double what many rival plug-in hybrid offer, and enough to cover most daily commutes without using a drop of fuel. The plug-in hybrids come in 201 and 268 horsepower versions, with the former offering a good balance of performance and efficiency. The transition between electric and gasoline power is remarkably smooth, much better than many other plug-in hybrids I've tested. The only downside, as I mentioned earlier, is that you lose the third row of seats due to battery placement. Now, Let's step inside, because this is where the Tayron really starts to impress. Open the door, and you're greeted by a cabin that feels a class above most competitors. The dashboard design is clean and modern, dominated by either a standard 12.9-inch touchscreen or an optional 15-inch display that's one of the largest in its class. The first thing that strikes you is how quiet it is. Volkswagen claims they've achieved a 5 decibel reduction in cabin noise compared to the Tiguan Allspace, and I believe it. At highway speeds, you can have a normal conversation without raising your voice, something that makes a huge difference on long family road trips. The materials used throughout the cabin strike an excellent balance between premium feel and family-friendly durability. Yes, there are some hard plastics lower down, but all the touch points feature soft-touch materials that feel substantial. Elegance models add genuine open-pore wood trim that looks and feels authentic, not the glossy fake stuff you often find in this segment. Let's talk about that infotainment system, because Volkswagen has clearly listened to customer feedback. The much-maligned touch sliders for volume and climate control are still here, but they're now backlit, making them much easier to use at night. The touchscreen interface itself is vastly improved over previous generations, with larger icons, more logical menu structures, and much better responsiveness. One of my favorite features is the new multifunctional rotary dial on the center console. It can control volume, drive modes, or ambient lighting depending on what you need, and it provides a physical alternative to the touchscreen for frequently used functions. It's a smart solution that shows Volkswagen is finding the right balance between digital and analog controls. The driving position is excellent, with plenty of adjustment in both the seat and steering wheel. Forward visibility is great thanks to relatively slim A-pillars, and the view over the hood is clear and confidence-inspiring. All models come with front and rear parking sensors, plus a reversing camera, making this large SUV surprisingly easy to maneuver in tight spaces. Now let's get to what really matters in a family SUV: space and practicality. The Tayron absolutely excels here. The second row offers generous legroom thanks to seats that can slide forward and back. With the bench slid all the way back, even 6-footers will have room to stretch out. Headroom is equally impressive, even with the optional panoramic sunroof installed. The second row splits in a versatile 40-20-40 configuration, allowing you to fold individual sections as needed. There's a fold-down armrest with cup holders, and the seatbacks recline slightly for added comfort on longer journeys. I particularly like the USB-C ports and smartphone holder built into the rear of the center console, clearly designed with modern families in mind. What about that third row? As with most vehicles in this class, it's best suited for children or occasional adult use. There's enough space for teenagers or smaller adults to be comfortable for shorter trips, though taller passengers will find headroom limited. One thing to note, the third row doesn't get air vents or USB ports like you'll find in some competitors like the Hyundai Santa Fe. Cargo capacity is impressive. With all 7 seats in place, you still get 345 liters of space, enough for a few grocery bags or a compact stroller. Fold the third row, and that expands to a cavernous 850 liters. In 5-seat configuration, that grows even further to 885 liters. For context, that's significantly more than many compact SUVs offer, with their second rows folded completely flat. I should mention that the plug-in hybrid versions of the Tayron are limited to 5 seats due to battery placement, and their cargo area is slightly smaller at 705 liters. Still plenty for most families, but something to consider if you regularly need 7 seats. All Tayron models come with an automatic transmission, either a 6-speed or 7-speed dual clutch depending on the engine. They're smooth and responsive for the most part, though the dual clutch can occasionally hesitate at very low speeds, like when maneuvering into a parking space. Now, how does the Tayron drive? This is where Volkswagen has really nailed the brief for a family SUV. The Tayron isn't trying to be sporty or dynamic. Instead, it focuses on providing a comfortable, composed driving experience that prioritizes refinement. With the optional adaptive suspension, which comes standard on PHEVs and 2.0-liter gasoline models, the ride quality is exceptional. It soaks up bumps and road imperfections with ease, without feeling floaty or disconnected. The system offers different damper settings through the drive mode selector, but honestly, the comfort setting is so well judged that you'll rarely feel the need to change it. Despite its comfort focus, the Tayron handles surprisingly well for its size. body roll is well controlled in corners, and the steering, while light, provides enough feedback to place the vehicle confidently. It's not as engaging as some sportier offerings, but it strikes an excellent balance between comfort and control, exactly what most family buyers are looking for. The brakes provide strong, progressive stopping power, though the plug-in hybrid models exhibit a slightly softer pedal feel due to the regenerative braking system. It's something you quickly adjust to, however. Let's talk about technology, because the Tayron comes well-equipped from the base model up. All versions get that digital cockpit I mentioned earlier, with a 10.3-inch display replacing traditional gauges. It's clear, customizable, and provides all the information you need at a glance. The infotainment system supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and higher trims get wireless phone charging. An interesting addition is Volkswagen's ChatGPT-powered voice assistant, which can understand natural language commands and even answer general knowledge questions, something that might keep the kids entertained on long drives. Safety tech is comprehensive, with all models getting automatic emergency braking, lane-keeping assistance, and adaptive cruise control as standard. Higher trims add blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic alert, and Volkswagen's Travel Assist semi-autonomous driving system that combines adaptive cruise with lane centering for highway driving. In terms of trim levels, the Tayron range starts with Life, which includes most of the essentials, followed by Match, which adds keyless entry and a panoramic sunroof. Elegance models focus on luxury with heated front seats and that lovely open-pore wood trim, while R-Line and R-Line Edition add sportier styling and larger wheels. Pricing is competitive, starting at just under $40,000 for the entry-level 1.5-liter ETSI Life. Important, because it keeps it under the luxury car tax threshold in some markets. That rises to around $50,000 for the top spec models, which is still reasonable given the level of refinement and equipment on offer. Running costs should be manageable too. The 1.5-liter mild hybrid returns around 44 mpg on the combined cycle, while the diesels push that closer to 50 mpg. The plug-in hybrids officially achieve over 600 mpg if you keep the battery charged and make mostly short journeys, though real-world figures will depend entirely on your driving patterns and charging routine. So, what's the verdict? The 2025 Volkswagen Tayron represents a return to what Volkswagen does best, creating thoroughly engineered, practical vehicles that excel in daily use. It doesn't try to dazzle with revolutionary features or polarizing styling choices, instead, focusing on getting the fundamentals right. What impresses most is its refinement. The cabin isolation, ride quality, and overall fit and finish create an experience that feels a class above many competitors. Combined with the flexible interior configuration and impressive technology integration, it makes for a compelling family vehicle that's equally at home on the school run as it is on a cross-country road trip. Is the Tayron revolutionary? No. But it is exceptionally good at what it sets out to do, providing comfortable, practical, and refined transportation for families. In a market segment where many manufacturers try to stand out with bold styling or gimmicky features, the Tayron's focus on substance over style is refreshing. If I had to pick a sweet spot in the range, I'd go for either the 2-liter diesel and elegance trim for long-distance drivers, or the lower-powered PHEV for those with a home charger and shorter daily commutes. Both offer an excellent balance of performance, efficiency, and equipment that represents the Tayron at its best. The 2025 Volkswagen Tayron delivers class-leading refinement, impressive tech, and exceptional practicality in a well-rounded package that should be on every family's shortlist. It might not be the most exciting SUV on the market, but for the actual needs of family buyers, it might just be the most complete. That's it for today's review. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more automotive content. Drop a comment below with your thoughts on the new Tayron, and whether you think it has what it takes to challenge the established players in the 7-seat SUV market. Until next time, drive safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. I read every single one. And don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified about my next upload. See you in the next video.